You're not waiting to be ready. You're just scared. Scared to fail, scared to be judged, scared to start. But here's the Stoic truth. Life doesn't pause while you overthink. Marcus Aurelius wasn't out there waiting for a motivational playlist before leading Rome. Epictetus didn't say, "First, I'll get my life together, then I'll live." No, they acted, even in chaos. And while you're here preparing to prepare to begin, life's already halfway over. Don't forget to like and subscribe to support our journey. And make sure you watch till the end, because what's coming might just change how you move through life. Number 1, the myth of readiness. We've all said it. I'll start when I'm ready. But let's face it, you'll never feel 100% ready. Readiness is a moving target. The more you chase it, the more it shifts. It's like trying to catch a reflection in a pond. The moment you get close, it ripples. That's the illusion. Stoicism teaches us to act according to reason, not emotions. Emotions want comfort. Reason wants progress. Epictetus didn't need closure to become a philosopher. He started with pain, with limitations. You don't need to feel ready. You need to start despite not feeling ready. Ask yourself, what's really stopping you? Is it lack of skill? Or is it fear of embarrassment? Be honest. Often, not ready is just a socially acceptable excuse for "I'm afraid I'll suck." But guess what? You'll suck. At first. Then you won't. And here's the irony. You only become ready by starting. Readiness isn't a prerequisite. It's a result. So unless you plan on building a time machine, your best bet is to take that first imperfect step and laugh at the mess. Number 2, time doesn't wait. Neither should you. Seneca said, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Waiting to feel ready? That's wasting it. Time doesn't care about your perfect timing. It keeps moving, and it's brutally efficient about it. Think about it. How many dreams have died, not from failure, but from procrastination? People waited to be ready until they were too old, too tired, or too full of regret. That's not poetic. That's tragic. Your life is happening now, not in the fantasy version of next Monday. Let's add some humor here. Imagine if trees waited to grow until they felt emotionally prepared. Nah, I'll bloom next spring. I'm not spiritually aligned right now. Absurd, right? But humans do this daily, holding back their potential like it's a limited time offer. You can wait, or you can live. One of them brings growth, pain, and fulfillment. The other brings comfort, boredom, and eventual disappointment. One day, your future self will look back and either thank you or curse you, depending on what you choose today. Number 3, action over perfection. Perfection is a clever lie. It's procrastination wearing a tuxedo. Stoics didn't wait to become perfect men. They became better men by taking action, failing, and adjusting. Aurelius ruled an empire while writing journal entries about how hard it was to stay focused. That's not perfection. That's progress. When you wait to be perfect, you rob yourself of the messy, beautiful process that actually builds confidence. Confidence isn't built in silence. It's forged in action, in trying, tweaking, and trying again. And yes, in failing. A lot. Want a funny truth? You'll embarrass yourself. Publicly. It'll sting. But the people laughing at you are probably too scared to try themselves. Stoics had no time for shame. They had empires to run, slaves to free, and virtue to chase. You don't need perfection. You need momentum. One tiny, awkward action beats 1,000 hours of planning. You can't think your way into greatness. You move into it one wobbly, uncomfortable step at a time. Number 4, real courage looks boring. We think courage is flashy, like storming a castle or quitting your job to launch a startup in Bali. But real courage? It's quiet. It's waking up, showing up, doing the thing, even when no one's watching. Especially when no one's watching. The Stoics believe that virtue is the highest good, and courage is one of its pillars. And courage isn't loud. It's not about hype. It's doing what needs to be done, not what makes you look impressive on Instagram. It's posting that first YouTube video even if no one watches it, except your mom, and even she didn't finish it. Humor aside, courage is continuing despite doubt. It's pushing publish even when your voice shakes. It's applying for the job, starting the fitness routine, saying yes to the opportunity. Courage is built by doing, not thinking. So next time you feel like waiting until it's the right moment, remember, that's fear talking in a bathrobe. Be brave enough to ignore it. Start anyway. That's what separates those who grow from those who rot. Number 5, your legacy begins now. What will they say about you when you're gone? That you had potential? That you were preparing? Or that you moved despite fear, despite not feeling ready, and built something meaningful with your time? Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." That's not a threat. That's motivation. You don't need to panic. You just need to act like your time matters, because it does. People who leave a legacy don't wait for a green light. They go, then figure it out. They don't announce they're getting started. They start. You don't need the perfect plan. You need a reason. And guess what? You are the reason. So stop waiting to be ready. Life didn't ask if you were. It handed you a limited ticket and said, go live. And if you're scared, good. That means you're doing something real. Something that matters. Number 6, embrace the messy middle. We all dream of starting strong and finishing big, but the truth is most of life happens in the messy middle. And that's exactly where most people quit, or worse, never even begin. They say, it's too confusing, I don't have everything figured out, or it's not the right time. But Stoicism teaches us that clarity doesn't come before action. It comes through action. You won't map out every step from a couch. You'll only see the path once your feet hit the dirt. When Marcus Aurelius was dealing with plagues, wars, and betrayal, do you think he had all the answers? Not even close. But he wrote, reflected, acted, and adjusted. That's how progress looks. Not like a movie montage, more like spilled coffee, self-doubt, and tiny wins. We idolize success stories, but skip over the swampy middle part. The part where you're unsure if anyone's watching, if anything's working, or if you should just go back to bed. But that's the proving ground. That's where courage grows. You can't skip it, and you shouldn't want to. Let's be real. Life isn't a before and after photo. It's a constant unfolding. And if you're waiting to be ready before stepping into that middle, you'll miss out on the story altogether. Embrace the awkward, the unsure, the what am I even doing phases. That's the stuff that makes the ending worth it. Number 7, readiness is a distraction disguised as discipline. One of the trickiest lies your brain tells you is this: you're being responsible by waiting. Sounds mature, right? But really, it's just fear dressed up in a suit and tie. Readiness becomes the perfect excuse to delay action indefinitely, while looking smart doing it. It's like buying new gym clothes, but never hitting the gym. You look like you're committed, but nothing's happening. The Stoics saw this too. They didn't value appearances, they valued results. Epictetus would say, first say to yourself what you would be, then do what you have to do. He didn't add, once you feel emotionally prepared. We love feeling like we're preparing, organizing the desk, rewatching tutorials, making the perfect vision board. But none of it matters if action doesn't follow. It's productivity theater, and you're the audience and performer in your one-man show of someday. So next time your brain says, let's wait a bit longer, ask yourself, would a Stoic delay virtue because their calendar got messy? No, they would act, because life doesn't give out participation trophies for planning, only for doing. Number 8, you already have enough to begin. One of the greatest Stoic realizations is this: you already possess everything you need to begin. Your mind, your breath, your ability to choose how to respond. These are the tools. If you're waiting for permission, for better circumstances, or for someone to validate you, stop. You've already been given the go-ahead by existence itself. The moment you understand that, things shift. Marcus Aurelius didn't rely on outside help. He trained his character like a muscle, using hardship as resistance. He didn't say, once I'm in the right mindset, I'll lead better. He worked with what he had: thoughts, choices, time. Too often we confuse tools with outcomes. We think we need more knowledge before we act. But action is what clarifies what knowledge we actually need. The truth is, most people aren't under-equipped, they're underconfident. And Stoicism says, confidence is built after action, not before it. So stop looking at what you lack. Start using what you have. Even your flaws, your doubts, your messy backstory, all of it is material. Marcus called it fuel for the fire. So light it up. Outline 9. Future regret hits harder than present discomfort. Let's play a little mind game. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. You're looking back on today, the day you had the idea, the desire, the spark, and did nothing. That version of you? They're not angry. They're heartbroken. Because future regret weighs more than present discomfort. It's easy to avoid short-term pain. It's hard to carry long-term what-ifs. The Stoics were obsessed with mortality for a reason. Because remembering you're going to die makes you act like your life matters now. Aurelius said, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. We trick ourselves into thinking there's always more time. But time isn't generous. It doesn't refund your indecision. And no matter how uncomfortable starting feels right now, it'll always hurt more to realize you never even tried. You won't remember how awkward it was. You'll remember that you did move. So, would you rather be uncomfortable for a few weeks or live with silent regret for years? That's the choice. That's always been the choice. You don't need more courage. You need to imagine future you standing in the mirror, asking why you didn't start when you had the chance. Number 10, destiny is built, not found. People say they're waiting to find their purpose, as if it's some golden key hidden under a rock somewhere. But the Stoics knew better. They understood that purpose is something you build, brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day. Marcus Aurelius didn't go on a vision quest. He ruled, reflected, failed, wrote, and kept going. Through that process, his purpose became clear. Yours will too, but only if you're in motion. Waiting for a fully formed destiny to arrive is like standing in a kitchen waiting for a meal to cook itself. Your destiny is crafted in action. Each time you speak up, show up, or push through fear, you're building it. Even on the days you feel lost or uncertain, those moments shape who you become. Purpose doesn't knock. You build the house it wants to live in. So stop waiting to be ready for your calling. That call is already ringing. You're just busy checking notifications. Answer it. Begin. Build. You're not searching for meaning. You're creating it with every move you make.